Hello and welcome. I'm Yvette Jones, Chief Communications Officer for Douglas County Government. Today we are excited to bring you a recap of this year's events honoring our military veterans through Operation Greenlight, a nationwide initiative led by the National Association of Counties. Operation Greenlight raises awareness about veterans' unique challenges and highlights resources available at every level of government to support them and their families. We began this year's observances with an official proclamation from the Douglas County Board of Commissioners.
Operation Greenlight. Whereas the residents of Douglas County have great respect, admiration, and the utmost gratitude for all of the men and women who have selflessly served our country and this community in the armed forces, and whereas the contributions and sacrifices of the men and women who served in the armed forces have been vital in maintaining the freedoms and way of life enjoyed by our citizens, and whereas Douglas County seeks to continue honoring these individuals who have paid a high price for freedom by placing themselves in harm's way for the good of all, and whereas veterans continue to serve our community in the American Legion, veterans of foreign wars, religious groups, civil service, and by functioning as county veteran service officers in 29 states to help fellow former service members access more than $52 billion in federal health, disability, and compensation benefits each year. And whereas approximately 200,000 service members transition to civilian communities annually, and whereas an estimated 20% increase of service members will transition to civilian life in the near future, and whereas studies indicate that 44 to 72% of service members experience high levels of stress during transition from military to civilian life, and whereas active military service members transitioning from military service are at a high risk for suicide during their first year after military service. And whereas the National Association of Counties encourages all counties, parishes, and boroughs to recognize Operation Greenlight for veterans, and whereas Douglas County appreciates the sacrifices of our United States military personnel and believes specific recognition should be granted. Therefore, be it resolved, Douglas County hereby proclaims from November 1st, 2024 through Veterans Day on November 11, 2024, a time to salute and honor the service and sacrifice of our men and women in uniform transitioning from active service. Therefore, be it further resolved that in observance of Operation Greenlight for veterans, the Douglas County Courthouse will illuminate green each night beginning November 6th until November 12th. Therefore, let it be further resolved that the Douglas County Board of Commissioners encourages its citizens in patriotic tradition and solidarity to recognize the importance of honoring those who made immeasurable sacrifices to preserve freedom by displaying a green light in a window of their place of residence and or business. So proclaimed the 29th day of October, 2024, signed by Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones, Chairman, Henry Mitchell III, District 1, Whitney Kenner Jones, District 2, Martin W. Rexton, District 3, and Mark Alcarez, District 4. Thank you.
Board of Commissioners, certainly I would just like all the veterans, if you're in here, please stand so you could be recognized this morning.
And with that, Operation Greenlight was in full effect. From November 4th through 11th, the courthouse was illuminated in green, a powerful symbol of national unity in honor of veterans. We encouraged everyone to participate by changing one light bulb to green, whether outside for all to see or inside to spark conversation. This green light serves as a message. Veterans are valued, seen, and supported. On November 6th, we hosted a Veterans Resource Fair at the courthouse. The event, in partnership with the Douglas County Community Services Board, provided resources and information to support veterans and their families locally.
I feel like our veterans, because they have been through things that us civilians have not, they may be afraid to reach out for help because of the pride that they may be experienced, or they may not know what resources to go to because they may be just coming out of military world, going to civilian world. Being able to give back to the community is seeing that smile of a relief that they finally got the resources that they have. They finally got the help that they can receive that they may not know how to go about. And so that's the good part about doing what we do.
We also recognize veterans on our staff, with employees wearing green to show support for colleagues who've served. Finally, on November 9th, Operation Greenlight events culminated in the annual Veterans Day Parade. Take a look. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Veterans Day Parade. I'm Yvette Jones, Chief Communications Officer for Douglas County Government.
And I'm Steve Jones, Digital Media Manager for the City of Douglasville. It's great to be here, Yvette.
It's great to have you. No, we're not cousins, although sometimes we pretend we are.
Well, you never know. I think we are.
I know.
I mean, the family resemblance is very strong.
It's very, very strong.
I know, right?
Listen, I am so pleased to have you sitting by my side again. And I want to just start off with a happy Veterans Day to you.
Thank you.
You are a vet.
I am.
I'd love for you to tell me a little bit about your veteran story.
Sure. I was in the Navy. Mm-hmm. I grew up in a Navy town, and in Pensacola, and didn't go in until I was 30 years old. I turned 31 years old in boot camp. I was the second oldest person in my boot camp company. And after I graduated boot camp, went to A school, studied advanced electronics, and was stationed aboard the USS Wasp LHD-1, which is a amphibious assault ship in Norfolk, Virginia, and that's where I did the majority of my service.
What does this day mean to you as a veteran?
You know, it has gained meaning to me over the years. Yeah. I love the fact that our country takes one day, it takes a moment just to say thank you. People tell me throughout the year, thank you for your service, and I appreciate that. I'm always telling people the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day, Armed Services Day. They all mean different things. And so to have a day where people say thanks, it just means a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the gratitude is endless. It really is. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so appreciative of the, I always say service and sacrifice, mm-hmm. And they are not empty words. I mean, there is a lot of sacrifice that goes into giving this kind of commitment to the country on behalf of all of us.
And we've come a long way, Yvette, because at the end of Vietnam, people didn't welcome the veterans home. And I think we learned a painful lesson from that. We're still taking care of those men and women. Yeah. And we've come a long way from those days, and I'm thankful of that.
Well, I am thankful to be here today to honor and celebrate our veterans. And I know it's not Memorial Day, but also to remember and pay homage to those who paid the ultimate sacrifice,
mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
But today, it's always interesting to see the people gathered lined along the streets. They came early, waiting for the parade to start. I'm so excited to get this kicked off. What are you feeling about this parade that's about to happen?
I'm excited because I know we have a really good lineup this year. Yeah. A lot of units, and that's cool. Yeah. And even I say this on my radio shows because I always say to parents, take a second, pull your kid aside and say, this is why we do this, Absolutely. Because there's going to be people along the street today who may not even understand what Veterans Day is all about. Absolutely. So just take a moment and explain to those around you, this is why we're doing this. But I think we've got a great lineup today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And it's our responsibility, it's the collective responsibility to help people remember. Yeah, always absolutely. Remember, mm-hmm. Never forget. It's not an empty hashtag. It's not just words. We really, really mean it. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm super excited. The parade's going to kick off in just a second. Let's get it started. Mm-hmm. All right. American Legion Riders, Post 145, Douglasville, Georgia.
Post 145 is great down here on Highway 78. They are very active in the community. For years, they would give out awards to public servants, people who are serving in our county governments and mm-hmm. city governments. Mm-hmm. great folks.
All right, now we have Daughters of the American Revolution, the Sweetwater chapter. They show up every year, and we
And they
love
look
to
fantastic.
see them. They do,
I
don't
mean,
they?
for being Daughters of the Revolution, my gosh, they look great.
Phenomenal. Oh, here's the Douglas County Youth Commission. And you know who that is?
I do not.
Oh my God, that's Dougie.
Oh,
that's
Dougie. Oh, that's right, Dougie.
That's our mascot. Hey, Dougie. And then we have, I see Wendy Cottle, who's the manager of our Constituent Services Department, who put all of this together. And right behind her, our chairman of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners, Dr. Ramona Jackson-Jones.
Congratulations on her re-election for
Re-election.
another 4-year term.
Yes, good to see her vehicles decked out with some flags. You know, she's a veteran as well.
Yes, she is. She's
Yes.
an Army veteran, so
Yes, indeed.
thank you for her service. There's Maddie Krilla behind her.
Maddie with the Douglas County Parks and Recreation Team. Man, Maddie's phenomenal. She is good at her job.
Hey, Maddie.
Oh, this is our vice chairman,
Look at
Commissioner Mark Alcaraz.
Look at the car Mark
Do you
Alcaraz
see
is
what
driving.
he's in? Oh, and
Oh, there he is. He's not actually in the car.
oh, because he hopped out because he's giving out
Oh,
candy
okay.
and
Is that what he's
treats.
doing? Okay.
Thanks so much for being a part of this.
That is a
and
beautiful
riding
car.
out in style. Hello, City Council, Douglasville
The City Council.
Council just rolled through in the pink golf cart.
They drove by too fast.
Yeah, they look good. They look good. Douglas County Fire Department. The ladder truck is out. Man, it's an amazing sight to see. Saluting our active military and reserves.
Alexander High School Junior ROTC. When I was in high school, I could have never done ROTC.
No?
I mean, it was the farthest thing from my mind.
Yeah.
I was in band, and that actually helped me in the long run.
Yeah.
In the military, but
Because there's the discipline.
absolutely,
There is the,
marching is marching.
Yeah.
I mean, and it came back to me, you know, when I was back in boot camp. But it was, to do something like ROTC was another world to me. I couldn't even wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of these guys and gals who do this. And they compete. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not easy. They actually do work.
What do you think it is is it a spark that happens at this young age that gives them the desire to want to pursue this route?
I do. I think it's the discipline that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I think kids want a lane. You know, they really do.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with discipline.
Yeah.
And I think when kids know their boundaries, they exceed than having no boundaries.
Yeah.
And I think ROTC does that for them.
Yeah. It's a fantastic program.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Ready, hit. Ready, execute.
And I can tell you,
Man.
if you're going into the military and
Yeah.
you just know that little bit amount right there,
Yeah.
it's gonna set you apart.
Yeah, well,
You're gonna stand out.
they haven't missed a beat.
No, it's great. So great.
Phenomenal. And you know what? During that routine, you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
And it's something about it, I think, that's so sobering and centering. It's the respect. Man.
And listen to the crowd.
the
Love it.
respect, the gratitude.
Kind of makes you feel a little more optimistic about the future.
It
When you
does.
see these kids. Here's Pack 39 from Douglasville.
So great to see them.
Scouting is still a great program. I'm proud to say I'm still involved with scouting.
Are you?
I am. I'm a scoutmaster, and
Well, thank you for the work you do with our youth. Thank you.
I enjoy it.
All right, we've got our accountability courts of Douglas County. They do a great job with our veterans and providing the much needed resources and services they are looking for. Oh, there's Judge-elect Wallace, elected to the Superior Court of Douglas County, who's there with the accountability court. We've got Omicron Nu Xi Military, Sorority Incorporated, and auxiliaries. Look at them.
Look at these young people marching and
I
playing
think
instruments.
that's Brighton
love
Academy
it.
Marching Band.
I love
oh my
it.
goodness.
That is so fantastic.
Love to see it, love to hear it. You got a beat or two in you, Steve?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, we've got the Town and Country Garden Club.
Look at this nice display, thanking veterans.
Oh, they decked it out.
Branches of service.
Yeah, looking good.
There's some more Jay Rotzi from Lithia High School.
Looking good.
Marine Corps, Junior ROTC.
They look good. Well, they say once a Marine, always a Marine.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
There's no ex-Marine, there's only former Marine.
Uh-huh.
Yep, so, absolutely. Shout out to my Marine buddy, Mariko Fanagrossi, a retired Master Sergeant from the Marine Corps, served in Vietnam and in the Gulf War.
Oh my.
So that is a career there.
That is a career. Much to be admired, much to be respected. Thank him for his service. Looks like this is a line, one of our corporate partners in the city and county.
It's Cub Scout Pack 1990.
Love
Looking
to see
good.
it. Love to see it. All right, this is our Connect Douglas crew coming through. That's Eric Wright. He's our Deputy Director of the Connect Douglas team. You know, they're offering free fares through the end of the year. Hop aboard a Connect Douglas vehicle.
So I
Get
saw
where you
that
need to go.
across the banner where it said free ride.
That's right. Oh, Douglas County Animal Services. Oh,
Man, I tell you what.
Close to my heart.
Everybody needs to go to that building over there on Man Road or Mac Road and visit those people. You talk
Yes.
about people with a heart, and just if you can adopt a cat or a dog, please do so.
I'm trying not to look too hard because I
It's
might
hard.
leave with one today.
I mean, it's hard.
Thank you to Director Vanessa Fransikowski, who does a phenomenal job leading animal services.
And here's Chapel Hill High School and their junior ROTC.
Man, these are junior RTCs are just looking phenomenal.
And these are high school kids.
Yeah.
You know, and if they go to college, they can then go into ROTC
Yep.
in high school. And if they complete it, they can start as an officer in the military.
That's phenomenal.
So I mean, it's a great program.
Yeah.
And they're
Builds
miles
character,
it does, and they're miles
discipline.
ahead of their colleagues.
Yep.
If they go in the military.
All right, Pack 30, Douglasville First United Methodist Church.
These guys, this pack has been around a very long time
Uh-huh.
at First United Methodist.
They look good. I love the orange. Looking good.
And Troop 228, also at First United Methodist, they've been around a very long
time
time
as well,
as
yeah.
well. great troop there.
Looking good, looking good. Pivotal connections coming through as well. And she's a local business owner, also an Army vet.
Yeah, I hear her saying, "Go Army."
Yeah. SD Productions Group, Sherry Davis Exquisite, Royalty, Miss Paulding County, Jazzy Lee Beauty, and
Look at these two ladies. Are they thus not the cutest up there?
Oh my gosh, steal my heart. Douglas County Senior Services. Oh my goodness, we love our seniors and our seniors love our veterans. Parks and Rec. I see Director Chad Griffin.
Where's Chad? There he is.
He's the man with the plan, throwing out some
Look at
candy.
you got Frisbees.
Frisbees. And of course, some
Holy
pamphlets
cow.
telling about all the fantastic programs we've got in the Douglas County Parks and Recs.
Look at these guys.
I think Douglas County High School Junior ROTC, man, look at them, looking good.
Looking sharp, very sharp.
All right, we've got the Order of the Eastern Star, United Peace Chapter number 65. And
the
Arabia
Shriners.
Temple. Bringing up the rear. Looking good.
Shriners know how to have fun and also serve the community.
Yes, they do.
So it's great.
Yes,
What a great
they do.
organization. And the Girl Scouts.
Twin Path Service Unit 703. They are bringing up the rear and doing a mighty fine job at it.
Lots of spirit.
Yeah,
Having a good time.
absolutely. Last but definitely not least, well,
That was amazing.
it was utterly amazing.
I can't thank you enough for inviting me again this year. It's so fun.
And thank you for showing up. And really thank our audience, the people who lined the street this morning to say thank you. Not to us, well,
No.
to you,
Well,
because you're a veteran.
but
to
I say
all of
thank
our
you to them
veterans.
as well.
Absolutely. And thank you to all of you for watching,
Yes.
all of you who took the time out to participate in the parade today, who took the time out to watch this coverage. We thank you for joining with us and saying thank you to our veterans across the country and here in our community of Douglas County, Douglasville. Thank you.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day. It is a privilege to honor our veterans each year with the parade as the highlight of our commemorations. But our gratitude goes well beyond the month of November. In front of the Douglas County Courthouse, the eternal flame, our flame of freedom, burns continuously, symbolizing the service and sacrifice of Douglas County veterans. Bronze plaques at its base bear the names of those who gave their lives for freedom. As we conclude this year's Veterans Day events, let's remember to honor our veterans year-round, offering them the support and appreciation they well deserve. Thank you for joining us.